Yes, well, as you say, here we are, we're right at the end of the IRIBA project, 3 years into it. Brazil is in a very difficult situation at the moment. We have some findings which I think partly explain why Brazil's in difficulty, but also why the country had been doing comparatively well up until 2012. What are the findings? Well, firstly, it's around the ability to forge a political consensus to be able to accomplish difficult reforms, especially around macroeconomic stabilisation and around poverty alleviation. It's about the strength of the commodity-centred sector, especially agriculture, to drive growth along. And I don't know anything else around it.
Well, it's also the view that the institutions that Brazil has to address corruption in themselves are capable of having an impact on reducing corruption, but the way they are implemented is what is working as well. But in a sense, the corruption trials that we've seen recently indicate that perhaps that finding from our project makes sense, in that the corruption institutions have been working relatively well and independent until now. The other issue that is also important is to try to work out why poverty and inequality reduced in Brazil in the first decade of the century. And one of our findings is that this is mainly to do with reductions in inequality in labor earnings, and that the main factors behind the reduction in inequality in labor earnings are not necessarily large shifts in supply or demand in terms of the skills premium, but they're more to do with changes in the labor market that make differentials across different types of workers, male or female, rural and urban, informal, those differentials have reduced significantly. So that is another kind of.
Yes, and I think that's one of the most surprising findings for us. I suppose going into it, we've been thinking about the importance of conditional cash transfers and general labour market buoyancy as a driver of lower poverty, but it's looking at the way in which the labour market itself has become more inclusive that seems to have driven a lot of the results. And I guess one of the big questions looking into the future is whether the labour market will continue to be characterised like that. Will some of the progress that has been made, will that continue, or perhaps it won't?